Okay, today we are using two-step multiplication and we are using algorithms. Does anybody know what an algorithm is? What is an algorithm? Raise your hand.
I can't say that.
What? Yes.
A step-by-step way to solve a problem.
It's a step-by-step way to solve a problem. So we are using algorithms. We are having steps given to us. We are following those steps to solve a multiplication two-step problem. So tips for multiplying. Number one, we talked about this yesterday. Memorize your facts. If you still don't know all of your facts through 12, you need to be practicing memorizing them. So make yourself flashcards. Today, when we were checking our paper, I told you to circle. I wanted you to notice which ones you were missing. If they have something in common, like they all have 8s or 6s or 12s or something, then that means that you need to probably make yourself some flashcards for that particular math fact. We want to make sure that we are using 0, the hero. He's our placeholder. We always line up numbers. We write neatly, because if we don't write neatly, then we're risking writing a number. Say we write the number 6, but we write it sloppy, then it looks like a 0, and now we don't know what we're supposed to be multiplying, and we get the wrong answer. So writing neatly, and then use a grid. And when I say use a grid, I just mean line up your digits. You can draw a very lightly drawn line to separate your columns so that you keep everything in line, because that's the most important thing, is making sure everything stays in line. We don't want our work to start getting slanted. The more you add, the more digits you add that you're multiplying together, the more partial products you get. And then your work starts to slant on your paper. So using grids can help you keep everything in line. Mm-hmm. Yep, you are right. Okay, we are going to start on the right side of our page, actually, and we're going to start on the right side because we're only multiplying by one digit. So on the left is 2 by 2. We'll do those in a minute. We're going to start on the right. So we're looking at 9,054 times 6. It says our steps just to the left of it. It says multiply ones by ones. So that means I'm going to take my ones digit here and multiply it straight up to the ones digit above. So 6 times 4 is 24, and carry the 2, regroup.
Then you put the 2 on top of the 5.
So I'm going to wait. So I'll regroup. Now I'm going to do the ones times the tens place. So 6 times 5 is 30 plus the 2 that I added up there. So that's 32. Now I'm going to do the 6 times the hundreds place. 6 times 0 is 0 plus 3 is 3. And then last but not least, 6 times 9 is 54. Okay, remember 0 facts. 6 times 0 is 0. Then I add the 3. Earlier today, somebody was trying to do 6 times 3. Don't forget, you don't want to multiply it by what you carried over. You want to just add that after you do the multiplication part, okay? All right, we'll add our comma, and then we're good. Let's go down, and I want you to try the next one, and then you're going to check it with me. So 3,274 times 9. Shh, don't talk. I want you to try it on your own, not with your table. Everybody's working this out on their paper. And this is what you should have. So you should have 29,466. Your comma goes after the 9. If you got anything different, please be sure that you make corrections. Your journal is always right. It is important that you always make sure your journal is right. Okay, let's jump over to the left side now. We're looking at 2 by 2 digit multiplication. So it's pretty much the same steps. I want to start by multiplying my ones by my ones. So I'm going to start with the 6. I'm going to multiply it by the 2. So 6 times 2 is 12. Carry the 1. And then I'm going to multiply the ones digit by the tens digit, which is 48 plus the 1 at the top. So 49. Now, this is where 0 the hero comes in place. I've got to remember my placeholder because if I don't, my answer is going to be completely different. So I'm going to put 0 the hero here. And now I'm going to multiply my tens digit by my top numbers. So I'm going to start with the tens digit times the ones digit. 3 times 2, I'm going this way, which is 6. Now the 3 in the tens digit times my other tens digit, 24. And then I'm going to add them exactly. So before I add them, I want you to make a note down here that 492 and 2,460 are partial products. So I will say that a lot as we are multiplying multi-digit numbers. Even when we start multiplying decimals, you will hear me saying partial products a lot. A partial product is just part of the overall product. So before you add them together, you are left with your partial products. So I'm going to go ahead and add these. And you end up with 2,952. Do we feel okay so far? Okay, let's look at the next page where we have our problem solving. And we are actually going to practice our cubes method. So I have cubes really huge on the wall next to the board. You also have a little bitty slip that says cubes in your resource section of your journal as well. So if you look on the wall over there by the windows, it says cubes. Okay. So what it means is you're going to first read the problem and then we're going to go back and circle all of our numbers. So number 1, who would like to read number 1? Okay, go for it. Chimes
4 times every hour. It shines 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. How many times does the bell tower chime in 3 weeks?
Good. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is circle the what? What does that poster say? Circle the numbers. So any number that you see, I am going to circle, whether it is written in words or written in numeric form. So how many numbers do you see?
3.
Okay, I see 4. I see 24 and
There's 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Am I missing any?
Yes.
What am I missing? 7. Very good.
That's what I already put. So
Okay. The next thing that I want to do is I want to underline in the U cubes. U stands for underline the question. If I'm doing it, you're doing it. How many times does the bell tower chime in 3 weeks? Okay, so I've got to break down a lot of this information. Let me see if I can find some keywords that might help me know what to do. Okay, every time I see every hour, every helps me know that something's happening repeatedly. Every hour, something's repeatedly happening. When something is repeatedly happening, what operation do we typically use? We just had it in our bell ringer. It was repeated addition, which is the same thing as what? If I do 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, it's the same thing as doing what? Multiplying 6 times 4. So every hour when I see that and I know something's repeating, I know multiplication has to be involved. Okay? I also see it here, every day. Okay, so I'm going to break this apart now. I'm going to start solving my problem. And I'm going to do 4 times every hour. Okay, so I have 4 times every hour and it chimes 24 hours every day. So what am I going to be multiplying 4 times? 24, because there are 24 hours in a day, right? So I'm going to do 24 times 4, which is 96. So it's 96 hours in how many days? It says 4 times every hour. It chimes 24 hours every day. So it chimes 96 times in how many days?
48.
1 day. It says 24 hours every day. So if it chimes 4 times every hour for 24 hours, that's a solid day. So it chimes 96 times in 1 day. But it does that 7 days a week. So now what do I have to do?
96 times 7.
96 times 7. So 7 times 6, 42. And then this is 63 plus 4 is 67. And then it says how many times does the bell tower chime in 3 weeks? So 672 is just 1 week. So what do I do next, Chase?
Oh, I just have the answer.
But what do I do next?
672 times 3.
Times 3. So when I do that, I know that my answer, it can't be 48. It can't be 672 because I'm about to multiply by 3. And it can't be D because that's smaller. So it has to be C. And if I were to check it and actually multiply this out, I can see that, yes, that matches. Okay. The next one, we're going to do similarly. So I'm going to circle my numbers. Samantha sold 5,698 raffle tickets, and Asher sold twice as many as Samantha. Josh sold 852 less than Asher. How many raffle tickets did Josh sell in all? How many tickets did Josh sell? How many tickets did Josh sell? Well, I know that he sold 852 less than Asher. So less than is a key word that I need to box. Do I know how much Asher sold?
You have to do 5,698 plus 5,698 or 5,698 times 2.
Because of the keywords that I just boxed, twice as many. And if I box it, you box it. If I underline it, you underline it. If I circle it, you circle it. So Chase just told us we either have to add 5,698 to itself, or I can multiply 5,698 times 2 because of the keywords twice as many. So I'm going to just multiply times 2. So I'm going to do 5,698 times 2. And we get 11,396 if you multiply that by 2. Now, that's how much who sold? Asher. We want to know how many raffle tickets did Josh sell. So what do we know about Josh again?
He sold 852 less than Asher.
He sold 852 less than. So now what do I have to do?
The answer should be
I have to minus. You see that there is an answer that matches this, but it is not answer choice C.
it's B.
Because I've got to do minus 852. So once I subtract it, I can see that it should be B. Okay, I want you and your table to work together on number 3, and then we're going to check it together.
Hardware. Stored. Sold.
So after you mark out the unnecessary information, you are left with 239 shovels in October, keyword twice as many, sold in December than in October, so you're just doubling, and you end up with C. Are there any questions?